Only 1 month to go now. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin, I am a geek, and you are watching Kevin the Geek. And we are now a month away from the release of Hogwarts Legacy. And I'm going to be completely honest, I don't think that I have been quite as hyped for a game release in a really long time. I would say because of the fact that this is something that I grew up with, I have a lot of nostalgia for the Harry Potter series, which I'm not going to lie has been tainted somewhat in recent years with the controversy surrounding its creator, J.K. Rowling, which I'm not going to get into in here really, but I will say that I do not agree with her views and her comments, and my liking of the Harry Potter and Wizarding World product is completely separate from her views, which are, in my opinion, morally wrong in the modern society that we live in and really should be banished back to the Dark Ages. But I'm not here to talk about J.K. Rowling, I'm here to talk about Hogwarts Legacy, and I wanted to create this quick little video to give my thoughts on some features that I would really like to see appear in the game. So if you are new to my channel, please do subscribe, click the notification bell so you know when I go live, and make sure you drop a comment down below. When you drop a comment, let me know which house you would like to be sorted into, and let me know whether you are or are not going to be using the unforgivable curses that appear in the game. I'll be really interested to know. But for now, these are just 10 quick little things I wanted to talk about, things that I hope do appear in the game in some way, shape or form. Number 1. Choosing your wand arm. So, as we've seen from the trailers so far and all the showcases, there is a ton of customization options available. The one thing that I have not seen so far is when it comes to choosing your wand arm. And for me, this is something that seems quite insignificant in many ways, but I feel, and maybe the reason I feel like this is because I am left-handed. Okay, I'm not one of the main bulk of the world that are predominantly right-handed. I am a lefty. And I feel that there isn't much representation for choosing, if you are a left or a right-handed person, because for the most part, for most games, there isn't really any mechanical need for it. And okay, this is probably not something that's going to make a drastic difference to the game, but I feel that the length that they're going into to give you so many customization options, and the fact that it's featured in the original Harry Potter book, where Ollivander asks Harry, what's your wand arm? Which hand are you? It is very clear that there is probably some magical reason behind it, and that would just be a little thing that I would like to see feature in the game. Number 2, the spells and combat system. Now, of course, we know that spells are going to be heavily featured within the game. Now, as we know that spells are, of course, going to be a core component of the game, and combat is going to be a core component. I think my wish when it comes to spells is for them not to be necessarily all combat related. Because in the Harry Potter series, whether you are a fan of the books or the movies, you know that there are not only spells for combative use, but there will also be things for normal, average, day-to-day use. And, even if it's something that you're walking around the castle and you see like a potted plant on the side, you think, oh, that looks a bit dry, maybe it needs a bit of watering, and you could give it a water swell, agua benti or something like that. to, it's all these little touches that I think would be a really good thing. When it comes to the combat system itself, I hope that it's not too button bashy. And I feel with some games that I have played, particularly fighting style games, I'm the kind of person that I won't go into great depths going, right, I need to plan and strategize every single little thing that I do. It is going to, sometimes I just revolt to going, oh, press, and it ruins the fun a little bit. So hopefully it will make you think and plan out the way that you play. Just that little bit without overcomplicating it. Number 3, a really good story. Now, the main Harry Potter series was telling a really, really good story. And when you're now condensing it down into a video game, that does throw some challenges into it. But you can tell a really amazing story in the confines of the video games. And the one I would probably use as a prime example of how to tell a good story was Red Dead Redemption 2, which I've recently just finished on the channel. If you have not seen that, there is a playlist on my channel where you can watch all of my live streams for that. But I just want a really good story where I feel I can invest into the character that I'm playing, that I can invest into the side supporting characters, but also a villain who I can really get behind and quite actively dislike. That's the thing with a great villain. You want to feel emotionally connected to them, but you also want to feel, in terms of a video game, you want to feel very satisfied when the inevitability comes and you actually do beat them. Number 4, the wider world. Now, I think I really... The thing I always loved about the books, which I don't feel I ever got as much of a sense of from watching the movies, is how alive the world really feels. And this is something that I really want to get that same perspective that I got from the books in this game. I want it to feel alive. I want everything to have that magic touch, and for me to have that kind of spark and that excitement that I always felt and imagined when I read the books. You got it to some extent, in my opinion, from the movies, but not as much as I got from the books, and the way it was portrayed was wonderful. So I hope I get that same kind of feeling from the video game. Number 5, the school experience. Now, I think the biggest draw to every single person who is a fan of the Harry Potter and Wizarding World series, when they heard that this game was being made, is because of the fact that it is set at Hogwarts. And there hasn't really been a game where you've actually had that true school experience, because every game you've done has always been following the story of Harry, and you've seen everything through the eyes of Harry. And I just really hope that you get that true school feel when playing the game. Things like going to the classes and having to maybe study and go to the library and do all those little things. And I hope it's not too fast-paced and too driven by external story mechanics. Number 6, no microtransactions. Microtransactions are a big bugbear for many, many gamers. I mean, it's not enough for some developers and studios that you are already spending, especially these days, 50, 60, 70 pounds. So in some cases for the big kind of collector's edition and whatnot, up to maybe £100. It's not enough that you're already paying that stupendous amounts of money, but then they still want you to pay more money to upgrade faster or to get little extra perks and things like that. And I really, really hope that this is a situation that they don't do that. I really do. I hope that, at the moment, Avalanche are saying that there will be no microtransactions, But that's not to suggest that Warner Brother Games may not say, oh, you know what? Maybe the game's not selling well, or it's selling better than expected and we want to continue people going, so let's throw in these extra things to get them to pay more money and keep them invested and blah blah blah. Because for me, that just ruins games, and I hate microtransactions and loot box systems and everything like that. Number 7, the house point system. Now, I always feel that the house point system kind of lost its way in the later Harry Potter books and movies. It became just another thing that was there. And they've said that it's not going to feature too heavily, but I would like to still feel that there is, rewards and benefits and repercussions for the good or the bad things that you do as a student of Hogwarts. And I hope that it does, play a part in your gameplay. Number 8. The unforgivable curses. So we know that the unforgivable curses are going to be featured in the game. We know that there is the Dark Arts Arena, which will be featured at the present moment, just for people that go for the digital deluxe edition. Whether that gets offered at a later point as an optional purchasable extra, I would say it is probably highly likely that they will do that at some point. But I really hope that when it gets introduced into the main game, it is used sparingly. And of course, you don't want a stupid situation where they implement it and you could literally go running about and going, oh, I'm going to this classroom and I'm going to perform the Avada Kedavra killing curse on the teacher over there, or just do it, go into Hogsmeade and just decide to Imperio all random citizens for no reason at all. I hope there is a legitimate reason behind them, and I hope there are also repercussions for using them if you decide to go down that sort of darker path. Number 9, wand customization. Now, at the moment, we know that there's a lot of customization available for the player. We don't know anything about wands, and we know that wands are basically an extension of the user, and you have different lengths, you have different woods, you have different cores, and I'd like to think maybe there'll be some ability to customize what wand you go for when you initially get your first wand, and maybe it will be something where you get maybe different perks for different woods or cores. For example, maybe if you get a dragon heartstring core, maybe you're better defensively, your defensive spells are stronger. Maybe if you go for example, a phoenix tail core, maybe your attacks are stronger. Little things like that, which again, I think that may make the choice of your wand that a little bit more important than just going, here's your wand. And finally, number 10, Quidditch. Now, I'm not going to lie, I don't believe that Quidditch really is going to feature. I think the flying mechanics are mostly going to be kept to flying around the open world. Which will be a shame because, it's known in the lore that, Quidditch is definitely around and is part of the wizarding world by the 1800s. And I would like to see it put into the game. So those are just some of the 10 things that I would like to see featured in Hogwarts Legacy. What are your thoughts? Do you agree with some of those things? Would you like to see other things on the list? Drop a comment down below, let me know your thoughts, and let me know, are you planning on getting the game at launch? Are you going to wait a little while before you do go and get it? For me, I will be streaming the game once I get it, and that will be done on Sundays on the channel. So make sure you do subscribe and you'll be able to join me, and I'll be playing that game when it comes out. But for now, my name is Kevin, I'm a geek, and you have been watching Kevin the Geek. Goodbye.